Hello and welcome back to She is the Ancient, a genderbent Curse of Strahd here on Gilding Light. Thank you to the Gilding Light team, to Satine Phoenix, and to DC Lasser for producing, as always. I love DC, even though we had this whole thing before stream. Misunderstanding. DC is the best. Everyone knows that DC is the best. I'm your dungeon master, Bet the Bard. Everywhere at It's Bet the Bard, we're going to introduce these characters and, I guess the people playing them as well, or whatever. Ty, you go first.
Hello, my name is Ty Stone. I am at lame_riot on Twitter. I work with Bet the Bard on story writing and idea makings. And as of the beginning of our recording, I also make words. Today I will be playing Roxy, the Hexblood Bard, who has dropped the guise of Carla for the sake of Strahd.
All right, Fenway.
Hi everyone, my name is Fenway Jones, also known as Fenway the Teen DM on Twitter and at Jasper's Game Day and all the social medias. I will be playing Sarzaneth, the half-angel, half-demon rogue bard who has many identity crises.
Very nice.
That seems to be a theme of the show.
Hey, actually, yeah. Jessie J.
I'm Jessie Davidson. You can find me on Twitter at @thebossjessiej. And I am playing Todd, the elf warlock, driven mad by their time in Barovia.
Fantastic. Jay Casual.
Hey, what can I say? It's Jay Casual. You can find me on all social media at Just2Casual and Casual Creativity over on Twitch, variety streamer, coming back for the resurgence. Partially this week, but going full-time, new schedule starting next week for new TTRPG experiences. And I am Dr. Jericho, the Artificer Reborn, to change form adequately and subsequently, as my life fades, bequeath the world around me, diving into the darkness that I see and finding pain at every turn. I wonder if there is such a thing as light anymore.
All right. Very cool. Quick things to note. I guess we're still in season 2. This is our, what is the term, you guys?
Penultimate
episode, meaning second to last. Next week is the finale. So I'm not nervous because, I think that whatever these guys pull is going to make a lot of sense and definitely be super chill. Yeah. Anyways, you can watch all the other episodes on Gilding Light's YouTube channel if you'd like to catch up. This is a gothic horror campaign. Much of the content will be disturbing and very weird. Just really weird. Viewer discretion is advised. You can find a link to our show credits and thematic warnings at sheistheancient.com. And for today, I am bringing back the J Casual recap session for us to continue with doing words. Hey, you know what? He's better at words than me, so why don't you just take over right now? Woo!
Welcome to Barovia and the lands around it. And our fated few lost members of this land had been sequestered into a darkened forest. Rest, recuperation were what they could gather. And upon their morn, they faced themselves surrounded by a circle of teeth and these sacks of meat, flesh, sewn and hung by threads of hair. And as Todd, prepared for what may come, rushed forward and found a courage to depart the party for perhaps better opportunity. To the remaining members, Sarzaneth, Roxy, Dr. Jericho, Ez, Irina, and even Rectavia, prepared for what may come. Though the sounds of something in the forest getting closer dwindled upon them. With what time they could, Roxy performed a polymorph to change Rectavia away, to depart from this possible death that looms over. They make their way through the forest and find a strange, hunched over creature. A sound of something eating, the chewing, the noises of flesh being consumed. Though some of the party tried to walk by, not all were lucky enough to avoid the monster's gaze. This creature, decrepit in form, devious and malicious, set its sights and its hunger upon the party. But not just them, a family prepared to feast, for these became delectables to them, and they fought. The party all tried and succeeded temporarily with Sarzonath's quick ability to turn the undead away. And they went to escape, blades of DJ carving against the tree as screams howled in the forest and blood would leak from the trees. The pain echoed, and something continuously whispered in the ears of our party, begging for more as their exhaustion loomed over them, and eventually made their way to a clearing where a river ran by. The water, a sweet reprieve from the screams of the creatures beyond, and an old lady approaches, wearing a basket, attempting to sell something. And Sarzonath, being the better person of this group, despite them all being devious in nature, decided to give patronage and gave a coin to the old lady, but not for any of her wares, but simply out of charity, as the old lady made her way back into the forest. And to find a way to cross the river by flight or by a dimension door, they find themselves encountering a hag. This hag, purple in skin, demonic in every way, prepared to destroy the party. Magic crushing them, destroying them, decaying them from the inside out, until Dr. Jericho used the body swapper abilities from the needles to swap Baby Boombox with the night hag. Their souls transferred, and Roxy's true darkness swelling, consuming. This blight form of a fireball consumed Baby Boombox, spread across the area, bringing destruction as hags fell from their invisible ethereal moments. Yet Roxy had no recollection of this dark dealings. The party are facing more demons than they realize, and the worst ones are not those they encounter, but the ones that speak within themselves. So now the party continues onward, in search of Strahd, Ismark, and hopefully a way out. Welcome to She is the Ancient.
Dun, 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 dun. Whee! So, a few notes as we move into where we are, which is the castle gates. Todd, when you climbed into that carriage, you were beckoned by a small and familiar voice. The voice of Raven. When you got into the cart, you saw ever so briefly the visage? Is there, what is that?
I think it's just visage.
Visage of Raven that disappeared into mist as you were locked inside this carriage, moving full speed toward the castle. You had to fight some things as you left the carriage. You can go ahead and decide what your character did during that time and let us know, but I will be bringing you in a little bit from that point. Sarzonath, you're feeling pretty good. You realize maybe you don't have a level of exhaustion after all. Everyone else does.
Suckers.
But you all find yourself staring at the castle gates. The rain has begun to pour because, of course, why wouldn't it at this point? It's still pitch black, regardless of what time of day it is. Moon is bright enough to illuminate your surroundings, but your feet are sinking down into the mud as the rain is pouring and soaking everything around you. Your hair is wet, your clothes are dripping, You're cold. There's lightning. You see a carriage, although you didn't know technically that Todd left in a carriage, so that might not mean anything to you. As you near the castle entrance, you see what appears to be a red carpet, freshly rolled out, completely dry, beckoning you.
In front of us.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other reception type, like no other creatures or something, maybe?
No other creatures, just a lot of rain, a lot of lightning, and this obvious entrance space.
Dr. Jericho will kind of slightly unsheath the sword, take note of the glow that's still happening with the sun sword. When we go in, we must be prepared for whatever may loom, but it may be in our best interest to not act swiftly, but decisively. Or if we need to find Eastmark, we must be sure to not cause any distress within the castle lest he become a target.
Be prepared is right, and Roxy will quickly put on her hat of disguise, and it's still her skin, face, and all that, but hair looks a lot nicer, is wearing a black dress that goes down to the knee with long sleeves and nice boots that come up to meet the dress. And it is still being finicky of the clothes that aren't actually there.
And then Dr. Jericho will cast a Detect Magic and just maintain that concentration, preparing to walk in after getting like the acknowledgement that everyone's ready.
Cast Detect Magic. You immediately are getting pings, right? Like, pew, 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 like little rug, obviously illusion magic. You see a figure standing near the gate, inside the gate.
In our
Hand
path.
outstretched. Mm-hmm.
I'll quickly walk up to the gate to talk to them. Hello? The Countess is expecting us?
What you see is a middle-aged woman, elven, long ears, dressed very, very well. Chin up a bit. Seems a bit annoyed, but courteous. Says, yes, well, she has been expecting somebody, and she kind of looks over the 3 plus Night Hag plus Bob.
Yeah,
Plus S,
Roxy's
plus
gonna
Irina.
quickly
Plus
turn
S
around
plus
and
Irina.
start dusting off Bob, like trying to make him look any kind of decent. It's all about presentation. Take care of yourself.
You guys are like sopping wet, but yeah.
Why are we stopping wet?
It's raining.
Because it's
Oh.
raining.
I missed that part.
My illusion clothes aren't wet.
And it's noticeable that even though Dr. Jericho's in this new, less mannequin form, that the water does appear to be actually touching the skin and the armor, less of an illusion that they've been having, that it seems more tangible than that now.
And you're still half orc?
Yeah, I have this like this orc elf appearance.
Okay. She puts a hand out and motions for you all to continue walking through this space.
I walk quickly.
Does the carriage look familiar?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Are there any sounds coming from the carriage?
The horses are going, hee.
Are they invisible horses?
They are not invisible horses.
Whatever happened to our horses?
We lost them.
You tell me what happened to your horses.
They were invisible and they went off to eat grass and then we forgot where they were.
You lost yours. Mine is, I don't know. Mine is somewhere safe. We'll say that.
That's what we'll say.
Definitely somewhere safe. Got it. Okay. You make your way into this castle. It's immediately much more quiet than the outside was, the immediate end to this downpour, but pretty drafty, which isn't great, you know, with the wet clothes and all. If you've ever been in the wind after getting like really sweaty and stuff, not great. Doesn't feel good. And this elf steps toward the front of you all. I will lead you to the master, and you will need to... And she just kind of looks over all of you and casts prestidigitation one at a time to dry you up and make you more presentable.
Thank you very much.
Well... Yes, let's get you to the dining hall. We have dinner prepared, and my name is Rahadin, but you may refer to me as ma'am, because I don't know any of you.
I'll stick my hand out.
She kind of like puts a hand out and like shakes, but like very disrespectfully, and then like continues moving.
Roxy doesn't pay attention to her surroundings, doesn't really know.
You are brought to a room where there are 3 enormous crystal chandeliers brilliantly illuminating a magnificent chamber. There's pillars of stone standing against dull white marble walls that are supporting the ceiling. In the center of the room, a long, heavy table is covered with a fine white satin cloth. The table is laden with a lot of delectable food choices. Roast beef basted in savory sauce, roots and herbs of every taste, sweet fruits and vegetables. Some of the fruits look, you see fruits in a very familiar basket. From, you know, very, very, very recently. Places are set for each of you with fine, delicate china and silver. At each place is a crystal goblet filled with an amber liquid that has a delicate and tantalizing fragrance. At the center of the far west wall, between floor to ceiling mirrors, stands a massive organ. You're like, dun, 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 dun. Its pipes blare out a thunderous melody that speaks in its tone of greatness and despair. Seated at the organ, facing away from you, is a single caped figure who's pounding the keys in raptured ecstasy, just like really feeling it. This figure suddenly stops, and as a deep silence falls over the dining hall, she slowly turns toward you. Welcome. You may sit and you may have some dinner. I am very appreciative that you have come to visit. Oh, speaking of, Todd is already sat at the table. Todd, what are you doing?
You're muted.
Todd's eating.
So you walk in on Todd just like stuffing their face. How long have you been there, Todd?
Long enough to get a small chicken down.
Nice.
It's been human jerky for a while.
Todd is already stuffing their face. Strahd saunters over to the table. stands at the head of the table and motions to the rest of you to sit down.
I quickly walk up to her. Hi. Countess, I'm the one that was sending you the messages. It's nice to meet you.
Yes, I am gathering that was you. I have seen all of you before, but welcome to my home, and I hope that you find this food comforting. We have much to discuss. She kind of looks over at Irina, who's like not making eye contact, and goes to sit down as quickly as possible.
I sit down as close to Strahd as I can, and then scoot over a little bit.
How was the trip?
It was fairly uneventful.
Could have been easier.
Well, I assume you came for civil purposes and you are not bringing... And she kind of looks over at Dr. Jericho. Is the sun sword still part of your arm?
No, it has been put as the sheath's weapon now.
Okay.
So it's
Kinda
on my
looks over.
hip scabbard.
Looks over at Sarzaneth.
Whose wings haven't been put away, by the way.
She is impressed. Kind of checks him out and is like, very nice. Well, we have much to discuss, as I have already said.
Where's the boy?
Oh, little Ismark. Well, I needed to ensure that you are not going to come in here guns blazing, so to speak. He is safe enough for now.
Is there any way we can get reassurance of his safety?
Why don't you let him come have dinner with us?
As far as I can tell, you have already been speaking with him, so you can just do that anytime you please. I have never tried to keep him hidden.
If he's not hidden, then again, why doesn't he come have dinner with us?
It is a delicate matter, as you can assume.
I mean, I know you've been doing a lot of assuming, because I'm well aware of what assuming does, but you might not be.
She pulls back her chair, sits down, and ignores you, and turns to Todd. As we were discussing, Todd, you entered the woods recently, not very long ago, to a location that was obscured, and I would like to know a little bit more about this location and how you were able to get to it.
There have been a lot of locations. Can you specify a location?
How were you able to reclaim your soul after I very rightfully took it and sold it, so to speak, to the dark powers?
That's a good question. That's a very clever question. I have no idea what you're talking about. When did you take it?
The last time you died.
Can you refresh my memory?
Oh,
You died more than once?
Yeah, Roxy's like wide-eyed looking between Strahd and Todd, like, what is going on here?
Dr. Jericho's like, yeah, dying multiple times makes sense.
Well, see, I'm understanding of that, considering my previous line of work, but...
I've been to the Hells. I don't think I died to get there.
You cannot get to the Hells from here, although I do have to say, Sarzaneth, there is somebody very interested in bringing you down.
Yes,
there,
I'm well
and,
aware.
They've been in contact quite a bit. You should probably
Right.
talk to them.
I don't want to. I have no desire to do so whatsoever.
No, I'm normally not very inclined to let people go. I do not have full control over that as it is, but there is quite a bit of interest, so we shall see how this evening goes. But Todd, you died after betraying your party about, what was it now, 70 years ago?
Excuse me?
No, it's been a year.
No.
It's been a year.
Darling, no. It has been about 70. You sold your soul to me, and yet you are back, and you have reclaimed it somehow. And the only time I have not been able to keep track of you was that one evening you went off into the woods. And I am just for posterity's sake, very curious. How did you connect with the dark powers?
Was that when you came back covered in blood and feathers?
I don't know, I got this. And I pull out the black apple and I just set it on the table. I just got this.
And then you tried to feed Irina.
But the tree gave me this.
You see her whole demeanor change when you set the apple on the table.
Vomited on me.
Vomited on
you. I endured a lot of bloody vomit for this.
Sarzeneth is going to try and take the apple and pretend to take a bite out of it.
Todd's gonna immediately stab Sarzeneth with
That's
the
fair.
fork. And just hugs the apple back up.
Youch! That was
Can't have
unnecessary. Unnecessary.
Raven doesn't want to be bothered, Sarzeneth.
Then you shouldn't have her because you are very bothering.
And I'll put the apple back in my bag. But that's all I came back with. I didn't pick anything else up while I was there, except for the human jerky that I tried to feed to people.
We've been doing that since the beginning.
Find something fun.
She looks over at Dr. Jericho. You are looking familiar. Not very familiar, but I have been watching you change your forms. I cannot figure out, though, if you have had previous experience here in Barovia.
Maybe this will help, and I'll pull out the tome and slam it on the table. I've memorized this a couple of times. The symbols on the armor, I read something that kind of matches it in here. I'll push it over to her.
She's like, this is my book. And she like takes it and like picks it up and is like rude. And
I'm gonna take it back from her.
like you just go and take it back?
Yeah.
Like you walk over to Strahd and you like reach out like this and you pick up the book and pull it from her arms?
Uh-huh.
We just want to make sure.
Not aggressively. I just we were given the book, and it is no longer her book if the other person gave it to us.
So non-aggressively snatch it from them.
Todd's just gonna start slinking down in their chair, like, I don't want anything to do
Dr.
with
Jericho
this.
is like, carry on. Let's carry on.
Strahd kind of looks at you 5 feet away and goes, snaps her finger and the book disappears.
That's
a
not
really
your
cool
book.
trick.
It is literally called the Tome of Strahd.
It could be about you, not for you.
Well, nobody gets it now, do they?
That's okay. Like I said, I memorized it. I read it every night.
She just kind of looks back over at Dr. Jericho. Continue.
I have been here a few times, perhaps.
And you don't care to elaborate.
I speak in the ways you do. The direct answer to your question. I have been here before.
The armor you are wearing, where did you get it?
It is mine.
I do not think it is yours. I think that you stole it.
Like you did
You
the
would
book?
know of theft. You have
He just
stolen
kinda-
many things.
It just changed shape, and it came out of his core form. I don't know what you would. I haven't seen it in a while.
I, like many, have lived lives countless. Those forms have shifted, their weapons have altered, their armor transmutated, but the truth remains the same. This is a creation of mine.
So in all of these reincarnations, you have been able to come back differently every time.
That is the nature of my blessing or curse, depending on how you see it.
And you have been outside of Barovia doing this.
I have been through all sorts of realms, planes, lands, moving between what was, what is, and what will one day become.
What deity did you make a deal with to accomplish this?
That is the thing. This deal was only of mine. If a way to spite the gods, to continue in my work, I have crafted a way to forever be able to continue in my acquisitions. There is no god that grants me this, no entity that provides me power. This is of my own creation.
And why do you want to continue on over and over again?
Do you not live in a loop as well?
I do.
Do you wish to see it end?
I do.
Then we differ. Time is endless, and I am but that. Time. It will not end for me. Not until all existence has ceased. I have lived lives where I have woken up buried, until I finally died again, to wake up, to live a life born as a child, to be raised from the grave, blessed in some altar, whatever moment my existence comes to be. It does not belong to me until one day. And uncrosses their arms, looks at the armor, and you see electricity surging from some of the fingertips, and under the armor you see steam coming out. It will always become me.
She lets out like a deep sigh, and she moves over to this large window on the other, like, where there's the table, there's a wall, and there's a big window. And she just kind of moves, don't even, Tyler. She moves over to this window, crosses her arms, turns her back to all of you, and just looks out and says, I have become so bored and tired of this loop, of this infinite situation, that I've decided this time to take matters into my own hands. And she kind of points out the window down at something. Would you like to see my handiwork? I
Yes,
hope
Doctor.
that the
I stand
dark
up
powers
quickly.
are. You move over there?
Yeah.
And the doctor approaches.
You go over to the window You see her point down at what is a perfect view of the village of Brovia, where you first started, with Death House and the tavern and the shop and everything. This castle sits right over the top of it. And as you look closer at the raining, muddy streets, you see people. You didn't really see people the first time. They were all shut up in their homes. You see them in these muddy streets now, tearing each other apart, limb from limb, like zombie apocalypse style. Just men, women, children, everybody that was left in the village in the streets as it runs red. She kind of gives a smile. I knew that this village would go first after the winery was shut down. They didn't have very much store of the wine left. And I am happy to see it. I'm happy to see them all go. I am so tired of all of them.
Is this even happening to the ones with the souls?
The ones with the souls, they will be killed by the soulless.
And what happens to their souls?
Well, when there are no bodies left to move into, then I guess they will go to the dark powers. And maybe the dark powers will be satisfied enough to free me. Maybe. I'm pretty confident that if I were to give over all of you, that might give me a leg up as well. Though I haven't decided.
However, this is just thought. For all you know, all this work can be futile and you remain stuck, isolated. If all things go to the dark power and there's nothing left to give, will you not be stuck in your own solitary confinement?
That is a possibility.
Then help us.
DJ, you notice the veins in Roxy's hand start to turn black slowly.
I was going to make a note that your eyes are also pretty inky. You did level up and get some more spells, and I know where you're getting that power from.
You wish to try to claim aid from this dark power. There is no hope on the other side of it. I have seen it. The despair that sits at the pit of nothing. There is no salvation from it. Only continued suffering. There is no hope. Only the constant inclination towards despair. Where you could dream of having a nightmare to take a moment to breathe from the suffering, desolation that lingers in the endless that it is.
At this, a small smile creeped across Roxy's face.
I have already been living thousands of years of precisely what you have described, so I'm going to take my chances. And I appreciate you all for coming to the castle this evening.
Can I make
one offer?
Telepathic link with Strahd? It's not probing mind.
Is
it's
it
just
a roll or anything?
No, it's just a telepathic link. It's no spell. It's nothing that's probing her mind or anything. It's just connecting to it to talk.
It's just like speaking out loud, but only they can hear. I don't even think they can deny it at first.
Try, but there's nothing there to make a telepathic link with.
Okay.
Let me speak plainly.
Do I sense a mind there at all?
You're like, telepathic connection, and it like hits the window instead. You're like, there's nothing there to make
I'll
telepathic
look at her
connection.
and say, Where are you really? As my eyes go completely black.
She doesn't respond.
You know there's only one way that they'll set you free. And you're not gonna like it.
She gives you kind of confused look.
And that part said out loud, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing is said telepathically because there was no connection.
Yeah, and it doesn't sound like Roxy's voice either.
And what were you going to say, DJ?
Doctor does do like a half glance. I give you one chance. I know what you believe may come from this, but I promise you that will not be the case. I actually aim to save you. If you are doomed and destined to have this eternal cycle, let me be the one to find a way to end it. In a way that's more suitable. I am destined to repeat my cycles. However, mine grant me more power, more time, more knowledge. Your method brings nothing but destruction and ruin. And I promise you, you have two options in the end. Either we are set free and you come with, and I find a way to bring you hope. Or you continue down this path which will inevitably bring you to wish to bring us to this darkness. And if that is the case, I make no threat. I promise the suffering you shall have will be worse than anything that this darkness will bring.
She eyes Roxy, who's looking a little more decrepit by the second. Looks over to Todd and Sarzaneth, looks back at you, DJ. Quick glance at Irina.
Yeah, you're in the room too.
I am listening to what you have to say, but I am very skeptical. I do not think you know what you are talking about. Not in this place. How successful have you been in leaving Barovia?
I have no success where I have not attempted to leave yet. Do you not have the ability to probe the minds of those you choose?
I do. When I am actually here.
Well, then perhaps it's best we meet. Then you can see the memories I have regained, the places I've been, the things I've seen. Many are stuck here, yes. I am not stuck here. I have yet to make the choice to leave.
She looks at you. She looks at Ez. Two Mistwalkers. You see her move back towards the table, dismissing the carnage happening beneath the window. No, I do not trust Mistwalkers. I do not trust any of you, especially because I know that you have brought items here specifically to hurt me. No.
Could simply be to defend ourselves. We didn't know if you would talk. None of this has to end with anyone dying.
I came with nothing but my apple. Just saying.
You should get rid of that as soon as you are able.
Speaking of which, if you had a little girl's body that I could put the apple back into, I think that's how that works. No one's really explained it to me yet.
You poor thing. kind of walks back over to the organ and sits down. Enjoy your food. It may be the last meal you ever have. I am not taking my chances with travelers and mistwalkers anymore. I've done that too many times. I thought maybe one of you would be sufficient to take my place, but it is becoming more and more clear that I'm going to have to try a different method this time. Best of luck. And she begins to play on the organ as her body disappears.
And as that happens, Doctor just simply speaks out. You have made a mistake. For now, I will make sure your essence is bound to me for all of existence in torment. Welcome to a new realm of hell.
Hey, that's my place.
And you're all left at this table, full of food.
Dr. Jericho will take the sword, unsheath as it has its radiant glow, and jab it into the ground. And then we'll start to twist and move until some of the ground pops up, grabs a chunk. I will find you, and we'll start eating.
You should have known.
I'm gonna cast Purify Food and Drink.
On the table food before you start eating?
On the table food, yeah.
Not on my food.
I was gonna say not on the piece of ground that DJ is eating.
Not food. It's a castle. You are eating a castle.
I'm just saying it's a meal for a king.
Okay, I like that you did this. Get cozy here. All right, so.
And you let me know how much I have to eat to get all the information I need, by the way.
Oh man, okay. So I feel like I should throw in like a wild magic surge or something every time you start eating bits of Castle Ravenloft. I just feel like
I'm not gonna stop
sense.
You definitely should.
I'm born from chaos magic. What do you?
Roll me a D100.
First off, I didn't like the fact that I have to make this roll. I was okay with the idea of it. 94.
94.
DJ dies.
So as Dr. Jericho is leaning over and begins eating a piece of Castle Ravenloft, the rest of you see a replica of Dr. Jericho's face begin to push out of the back of his head in a bloody mess. As first like the nose, and if you're half orc, so you got the tusks and everything, right? Like all of it just begins to shove through, like pushing out and then popping through the skin to form on the back of DJ's head. Yeah, do you have something to say?
It's a full face?
It's a full face. It is completely useless.
Like it doesn't actually move or anything.
You can't see out of it. You can't smell out of it. You can't taste out of it.
Roxy just goes, well, this is a new one, and boops it on the nose.
So, I know what you're saying that it does, but what I'm hearing, right, is that since my body can be modified, I can create a second esophagus and eat faster.
It's okay. Maybe bear with me. Okay, we can story tell this together. Consider like when certain, like some babies are born with like an extra finger, and then it's like actually just cartilage and just like snip snip is gone. I only know because my family is funny like that. It's like that, but your face.
Oh. I'll let the face just sit there and be pretty while I continue to eat my meal.
Now, that said, if you would like to cultivate and encourage that face to stay put and make additions to it to make it more functional, I would not say no, because I am a loving dungeon master.
Yeah, I'll craft it at the next time I can actually get to my foraging station.
Okay, because this is permanent.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And as you're consuming this bit of Ravenloft and feeling this like dark magic kind of coursing through you as you do, you're aware suddenly of scratches along the floor near the organ. Like your brain is visualizing it, and you look over and confirm scratch marks along the floor near the organ, and you get an idea that there is definitely something behind there based on the chewing of the structure bits.
DJ, I think you're defacing the castle.
Quite the opposite. Another face right here.
Yeah, that's what they took the face from the castle and it's on there.
Doctor is going to scoff at the joke and approach the scratch marks to where they seem to originate or head towards, whichever that path would lead to. What I want to then investigate that area. And I guess you said it because the scratches seem like they're scratches to or from the organ.
Like,
So I'm gonna go over there to that.
as you're doing that, Ez is like, there's perfectly good food all over the table here that's quite delicious. You don't have to eat the floor. Just
see, this is why I wish I had a functional face, because I wish the back face would just glare at them.
a little bit of work, you can make it functional.
Just to have an opposite emotion DJ at the back of my head.
It's like the mayor in Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's exactly what I'm picturing, to be able to just turn my head, but I have to make it functional. So we got to wait till we can do at least a short rest, and we'll see. I am going to try and find the crevice of where the scratch marks seem to correlate to see if I can find the way to open it from this organ space.
Okay, give me, I guess, investigation with advantage because you ate the floor.
Okay, can I use my passive?
Yeah. What is your passive again?
23.
Oh my god. Yeah. You find like a little, you tell me what you find. It opens into another room, but I want you to describe it to me.
It's attached to the organ?
The organ itself moves quite easily.
So how my brain pictures as I go through, I couldn't find the seam in the wall and tracing the organ. I'll notice the wear and tear along the keys, as some of them seem worn more so than other. And then taking my hand across, I feel the dust pattern of where the most recent indentation of the keys were from the previous, and we'll start to backwards coordinate the keys. And it sounds terrible in the rhythm that it's being played as it's being played backwards. And once I reach the first key, I play it again, the same pattern forward, which seems to be hopefully the way that the door then responds to the rhythm to then cause the wall to move. And then when it opens, I'm going to jam my sword into that part of the wall, break off a piece, take another chunk and hold on to it. We have
Just
work
holding on
to do.
to it?
For now, yeah, I haven't investigated yet.
Okay.
Let us be on our way, holding my bright sword that illuminates the path.
Really, Ez didn't need to come at all. You're going to be our map through this.
Excuse me, as is like stuffing like chicken legs. I'm used to like overways, like I can fight vampires and stuff, and you guys don't know the whole place, okay? Just like takes another bite.
We will soon, don't worry.
Todd's gonna go cozy up next to Ez and just lean in uncomfortably close and be like, so if Strahd was keeping bodies about, where would they be?
He
Like specifically bodies for, and I pull out my apple these things to go into.
He just straight up puts an arm around your shoulder, like accepts this invasion of space, and is like another bite of food. Yeah, I don't know, but I'll help figure it out. I don't have a problem with that.
Roxy just says under her breath, "Oh, he is so dead."
So you don't know?
No, I do know. We
You're
go upstairs. We got some, we got some of the house spawn that live there, if you know what I mean. Like the fancy ones. And yeah, I don't know. There's living quarters and stuff. I'm sure one of those places has this apple kid you're looking for, maybe.
Could you be more convincing?
What's a house spawn?
Sounds like a frog.
We encountered those already.
You know how there's, like the regular vampire spawn, the ones just kind of roaming Barovia, and then, there's special spawn, the partners that have come in and live with Strahd intentionally, and they all form this big happy family. And
Why would
anyways,
I know that?
I didn't say that you did. I said house spawn. What did you not get out of house spawn? They're spawn that live in the house.
Okay, sure. We'll go with your logic. I still think you sound drunk, but sure.
He's like, as he's like chugging some of the wine, he's like, I might be.
Sure, I bet that's going to be very helpful. Doctor, what is it you found?
Doctor started walking in after announcing that he found something.
Oh, you just walk into the room?
I turned.
Yeah, I opened it, went
okay.
in, and Doctor said, "Let's move." And Doctor went to start looking in the room.
Yeah, so you kind of walk into this room, and you can actually see the castle courtyard is visible through arrow slits in the north and west walls of this room. And leaning against the walls everywhere are mirrors of various sizes. Some like really small mirrors, like there's a hand mirror and stuff, and then some are like as tall as humans, just piled everywhere, like as though all the mirrors in the castle had been gathered and shoved into this room.
Does my detect magic sense anything particular about the mirrors or other things in here?
No, they're just regular mirrors. And you do see, well, no, you don't see. Yeah, it appears to be a small room full of mirrors.
I don't see with a passive perception of 22, dark vision, and a 30-foot bright light.
What about 300-foot dark vision?
What
whole
about
bunch of
someone who
mirrors.
doesn't pay attention to their surroundings.
Okay. I'm gonna bite the chunk of wall that I broke off on my way into this room.
Roll me a D100.
We're gonna just see what happens till I spiral into insanity at this point. That will be 20.
Sarseneth is talking to Roxy, and she says, I think we brought the wrong vampire hunter.
Oh no. You said 20?
20.
Okay.
Is this where a fireball gets self-casted at like 9th level?
Third level? Third
that's
level
it?
fireball centered on self?
Okay.
They could bite all those mirrors.
As you bite into this, you immediately are like, your brain picks out, oh, there's another secret door. Oh, it's really well hidden. And then tell me what happens.
So, as I'm eating into this, getting this information, it's a self-casted fireball.
Centered on yourself.
And it just erupts from me is how it's supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I most likely will probably be eating it, and I will feel the swell of magic swarming out of me where the steam sometimes comes out of my armor, realizing that fire is about to erupt. Luckily, I believe no one else has followed me into this room, right?
Has
We
anyone
have.
followed?
Yeah, I did.
SARS didn't. Todd, did you? I think you're with
No.
Ez, right?
Yeah.
Irina was moving towards the door for sure.
What's the
Is it-
DC for my savings throw?
Now, or is it my spell casting, or is it the chaos magic itself?
Cast fireball at 3rd level centered on self. So it would
does
be.
not matter.
It
I
would,
rolled a 9.
I'm gonna say it uses your stuff.
Okay,
Irina
I have
got
advantage.
a 17.
If Irina was moving towards the door, I had
Plus
said that I was staying
evasion.
with Irina, because Strahd's kind of attached, unfortunately. So I guess I would have to do that as well.
All right. So is it 8d6? Right? Yeah, it's 8d6. So
Even
the
at 3rd
DC
level?
At 3rd level is 8d6.
At third
yeah.
level is the start.
Yeah, that's the start.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So the DC would have been 16. You said Irina got 17,
Yes.
right? So she saved. She'll take half of this. So the full damage of
got
the
a
self-casted
23.
fireball is a 37.
Oof.
Half will be 18.
Oof.
I will use my reaction, Shield Master, Evasion, to take no damage.
On that note, I'm gonna
Roxy
need
is
everybody
bloodied and hurt.
in the room. DJ, and this might not work for you, Dr. Jericho, but definitely Roxy, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw as all the mirrors shatter as well.
So
25.
25. Okay.
Where was that before I took 37 points of damage?
So I have uncanny dodge, and this counts as an attack, so I should also be able to take no damage.
Well, I don't think you're in the room because Irina wasn't in the room yet. She had moved that way. So it's more like in the room, there's all this glass flying everywhere.
And the fireball, I guess, kind of would be a larger range, which kind of did a backdraft at the door frame where she was standing, right?
I meant for the fireball.
Oh, well,
for
yeah.
the fireball.
You have evasion, right? Because evasion's for deck saves.
Yes,
Yeah, so you should be good, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, if you save, then you take no damage like I did. Oh, yeah, I was doing for the mirrors, right?
Yes. Unless you are immune to all damage with whatever you cast to avoid damage.
It's a reaction to basically get evasion. So if it's a half damage, then I will take half because that's the ability so far.
Okay. So you're going to take just 13 points of slashing damage.
That's the half.
As just chunks of mirror go flying. Roxy's on the ground. Like, you get nicked, but I'm not going to say you take any damage because you got such a high save.
Okay, thank goodness. Thank you for being merciful.
Oh, wait. Yeah, wait, what was your save, DJ?
17.
17. Okay, 17. No, you would so you would technically take 26 then, because there's not a halving for this. So that's 26 damage for you, 0 for Roxy.
Got it. Okay.
Sorry about
Roxy
that.
got blasted back, smashed head on wall, bloody, eyes fully black now, inky veins all over, and not looking happy.
And as all the mirrors are busted, you see directly through one of them now, DJ, out into a hallway.
Okay. I have a really dumb question. Would I have been fast enough to just grab one of the pieces of glass flying with my teeth?
Give me a performance check.
Performance?
Wow. And you have disadvantage on ability checks because you're still exhausted.
Yes. Well, first off, I don't have performance as a skill. That would have been a
Cyrus
good
is
roll.
like, not me.
I don't know why, but I don't care.
So, tell me a little bit of what's going on right now, DJ. Tell me what you do.
I'm assuming that with so much flying that at some point I can try and grab part of the glass that got exploded just because I wanted to grab a piece. Like, I don't even mind if it impales my hand. I just want to make sure that I can get a piece because I definitely don't think I'm fast enough to bite one. But
Let's do that. Let's do that. You just put your hand out and like this huge piece, like Squid Game style, right through, just like without giving spoilers. Oof. Yeah.
Perfect. So as I walk through this opening, I'm going to like literally put my teeth and pull it out of my hand, and then start chewing.
On the glass. On the...
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to consult the rest of the group real quick. Does that count as wild magic surge, or are we only doing that for Castle Ravenloft specific stones?
Do it.
I mean,
I am not swallowing this, if it matters.
Okay, so you're just chewing.
Yep,
Why?
you'll see what you'll see why. It's not the
Okay.
greatest thing, but you'll see why.
Because you're not swallowing this part of Castle Ravenloft.
I'm not actually consuming this for my ability. I am just taking some glass shards. I don't want to grab it off the ground. That's why.
Okay. Then
Yeah.
DC's
Do it
like,
for
you know,
DC.
you want another wild magic surge?
I think you should make it up to DC by doing another one real quick.
I think you should.
What?
But do it. I don't know.
Don't worry,
Maybe not.
you were about to get based on this, you're going to get a whole lot of magic surges because Doctor has committed to their plan. But I need this glass for something.
At this moment, since this is not being used to try and read the castle using
no
the
magic involved
castle,
yet.
there will not be a dark magic surge from the castle erupting from DJ for this one.
It's okay. I'm
Gosh
just gonna
dang
hold
it,
this.
DJ.
So you start chewing on this glass. Roxy's on the floor.
Roxy stumbles over to Irina.
Irina's
full on,
got
like-
stars in it, like, are you okay?
covered in blood, black veins, black eyes, and grabs her by the front of her armor and just stares directly at her eyes and is like, I need your help.
I suggest you take your hands off of her.
You would like some healing? And she takes out her hand and puts it on you and casts Cure Wounds, healing you for 5 points.
Ooh. Almost above 30, y'all.
Are you still holding on to her?
I just kind of let go and limp towards the hallway that we found.
As I got
What's
a
Todd
mouthful
doing?
of glass. Todd and Ez are just having an eating contest.
Todd sees this and just puts their arm around Ez in return and is like, that's our cue. Let's go find the upstairs.
They made things explode. Somebody's bleeding. All right.
Yeah, it's gonna be you if we don't get out of here.
It
Guys,
may still be you if we get out of here.
we'll be back. Just,
He does like finger
Do what
guns
you're
and
doing.
winks. And he has taken an aggressive sized turkey leg just from the table. It's
are
like,
there
all
little
right.
meat knives? Like,
Oh yeah.
okay, like a little paring. Todd's just gonna take a little paring knife and stick it in my pocket.
I
Alright.
have a question.
Yeah.
Is that one? Is that just one? Is that lady that brought us in here still in here?
Oh yeah, I forgot about her.
She kind of brought you in and stepped back out, but she has definitely at this point kind of stepped into the doorway and is looking in.
Okay, what's her name?
Rahadin,
Okay,
We can call her ma'am.
but you may call her ma'am.
Sure. So as we're walking out of the room, and into the explosion room, Sarzaneth is going to turn around and go, bye, Rahadin, and then walk into the room.
She turns and walks away.
It's fair.
As expected.
They're getting used to us here in Barovia.
As I walk down this hall.
Yeah, you find yourself in a long, narrow corridor that runs east-west. Corridor. Cobwebs fill this hall, obstructing sight beyond a few feet. Even for those of you with all the sight in the world, I guess, except for blind sight, you'd probably be able to see through spider webs because it's not sight. It's using other senses, but I don't think you're there yet, so.
No, I just have dark vision and a blinding sword of light.
I do have blind sight, but
I probably only have one functional eye at this point.
I'll change that, don't worry.
I assume, make your way down this hallway. You actually see Rahadin as she has turned to walk away from you guys. You round the corner outside of this room, and she stops, turns the other way, and starts to walk in a different direction.
Hi,
But ahead of
Rahadin.
you, she gives a wave and continues on. You see a spiraling staircase ahead of you that goes both down and up, and across the hall, the direction Rahadin is walking, you see another set of stairs moving upward, as well as several other hallways. You see another hallway that goes down further on this floor that appears to have statues along the walls. That's all you can really kind of get a glimpse of from where you are currently. Todd.
So if Ez and I followed her back out the main door, would we then have...
You would have just run into these guys, yeah.
Okay.
There was...
Well, then we're back with the party.
You would have just stepped out, avoided the whole mirror explosion situation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you notice the apple in your pocket beginning to move. Boom. Boom. Boom.
Well, this is disconcerting. I'm gonna kind of hold my pocket out away from me so I don't have to feel it.
The rest of you can maybe not the rest of you. Dr. Jericho can, with a perception of 4 bazillion, can hear this gentle boom.
Neither of my ears work.
You still got the ringing from the fireball.
I'm hurt, yeah. Hurt and angry.
Do I feel like I know where the layout of this area?
You still have detect magic up, right? Did you roll your con save to continue concentration on it?
Detect magic is at will, so even if I lost concentration, I can recast it.
Oh.
Yeah, for me, that's the...
I hate
feat.
that.
Dr. Jericho. And I'm gonna run over with my apple. If you took a little nibble, do you think you could find her? Like just the tip of the stem.
As the doctor sits there, spits out the glass as you see like electricity coming off of it.
Or maybe just a lick. I don't want you to eat any of her soul, but...
And just extends the hand. Let me see.
And I'm just gonna move the apple closer because I don't want to let her go.
And we'll just we'll take like a 2-finger pinch, top and bottom of it. First off, detect magic. Does it give me anything specific about any magic? If it bears any magic, in what school, if any?
Necrotic. So much necrotic. Dun, dun, dun.
I'd like to identify so I can know exactly what's going on. So I know what spells are affecting it. If it's any spell, if it was created by a spell, I know what spell created it. If it has any magic properties, I learn what it is, how it works, how to use it, and how many charges it has.
Cool. All right. 1, you immediately gather this is not an apple, because you've also gathered some illusion magic. This is in fact a heart, a human heart. You determine just by looking at it, right? You're not eating it. You haven't started eating it.
No, I am just holding it and using to identify. I'm doing an arcane investigation before I do the true thing a doctor does when they're trying to understand.
This is the first time you've asked questions before eating something.
What do you mean? I always ask questions before eating it. I always ask, what does it taste like? And then I try it, and then I'm always wrong. This is my process. So first I'm asking, what does this heart taste like? And I'm learning its magical properties, like seasoning.
Yeah. So, you gather that you may need only reunite this with whoever it was taken from. and the necrotic energy keeping them apart, this is all homebrewed, mind you, would fix itself.
So the specifically the necrotic magic is keeping it apart.
Mm-hmm.
So if we find a way to like stop whoever's doing the necrotic magic, would I feasibly be able to believe that the heart would return to its vessel anyway?
Like it would like poof out of your hand and be like wee and fly back to it,
or the person goes wee to us, like whichever it happens. Would I feasibly know that if I can stop whatever's causing the magic to happen, that the heart and the body would be able to reunite safely?
You get the distinct idea that if you were to try and mess with the magic on this at all, that the connection would be severed.
Not okay. That's what I thought.
I just pictured Raven Molneering through Cassin Ravenloft to the heart. Just we just bang, 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 and then out of the door, just the body just.
No.
That visual messed me up. Hold on. Oh, damn.
A little disappointed we didn't go for that route, but whatever.
Okay. Oh my god.
I do not need to consume it to find the truth. This apple you hold is the essence of life for whomever it belongs. The only thing we can do is try and find them, but before I go on, can my detect magic detect the tether up to the range of my magic by chance?
I'm sorry, I'm broken. Same building.
Same building. Okay.
Why'd you break her, Tyler?
It came into my head, and it was just the thought of it.
TB, can I be honest with you? That's what I thought of, and that's why I got nervous. I was like, will they magically go to each other? Because I was worried about them
my head went there
going
too.
to each other.
I'm just like, either that heart's gonna fly out of his hand, or that child's gonna be launched through the castle.
Oh god. I'm like, are we gonna need to take a break? Oh god.
As soon as they're
Okay.
reunited, we all look at Dr. Jericho and go, he is worthy.
As I hold the apple, hand inside the chest, it beats and let it go. Like, So they're in the same building, yeah. But whoever it belongs to is definitively in this building. To find them, though, we must continue searching, and jams a sword into one of the statues nearby, breaks a piece off. We will find the truth.
Ooh, roll another 20. Roll another 20. We're all here together. Do it. Roll another 20.
Roll a D100. Oh my gosh.
Can we say no repeats?
Hold on.
We can say no repeats. We can
that's not fun.
do a reroll.
Fireball. I'll cast fireball.
I'll let you guys vote if you guys want to allow a repeat. Oh my god.
All right,
Oh
that'll
God.
be a 33.
33. Okay.
I think only repeats if another face comes out of the back of his head to join the first face.
Like, I think he should get a face on every side of his head.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Therapist.
Hey.
How are you feeling today? Like this.
So what does
You
a 33
watch
get me?
as Dr. Jericho begins to chew on this bit of, did you say statue?
Yeah, you said there was
or-
a statue.
Yeah, there's a lot of, you bit into one of the statues?
I mean, if detect magic tells me it's not a person and it definitely is a structure, then I'm gonna eat the statue.
Cool.
Statues are more important fixtures to a building because they're put there with intentional purpose for decorative purposes, which means it helps me understand the architectural reason of more of an aesthetic. So that's the
Yeah. So,
So you get to learn the aesthetics of the castle, like which one is the ocean themed room, and
You find yourself in this grand hall, choked with dust, stretching into the darkness ahead. Webs hang from the arched ceiling like drapes. Life-size statues of knights are lining this hallway on both sides. You notice as Dr. Jericho chips off a piece of one and begins to chew. You notice a couple things. One, all the other eyes on all the other statues move to look at this happening. You also notice a spattering of blood as a devil tail shoots out of Dr. Jericho's behind, and you can only speak Infernal.
Got it. So I've got a devil tail, frog tongue, gargoyle wings, tiefling horns, and now I speak Infernal. Bet.
Two orc faces.
Two orc faces.
Don't forget, you also have a beholder tentacle.
Oh yeah, the beholder tentacle
That's
is
still
coming out of
there?
Yeah.
That all is still there?
Why not?
I never removed any of the pieces because they all would be relevant at some point. Well, what do I get from this finger? Or this piece of statue I broke off?
Well, what are you trying to ascertain? And I might be able to give you that information.
Well, I know that it's in the same building where this heart's connected to the person, and I probably could determine whether that's the same level above or below. I want to get a general layout based on the, I don't know, like I picture when I got that ping of it being in the same building, I got like a 30-foot radial of where it might be directionally. Based on that, I want to figure out the general layout of that direction.
Okay. You got a upstairs ping.
Upstairs. So then I want to get an idea of, could I determine from this area the best way to get upstairs from here?
So you do see, you just offhand, you see that there's two sets of stairs that go up.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. But I feel like I need to give you more because you ate a statue and grew a tail.
It's fine.
So I'm going to say either of these stairs will get you up there. And you have the visual of a lounge of some sort.
Lounge? Okay.
Like a couch lounge kind of thing, and a child resting peacefully curled up on this lounge near a fireplace.
So if we're to find the origin of that apple, we must be on our way. And with haste, Doctor's going to kind of make their way up the stairs. And that is all said in Infernal. Do I know that I speak Infernal, or is it like I speak it and it sounds normal to me?
Yeah, it sounds normal to you. All they hear is Infernal, which I
speak Infernal, so Todd will just follow and not
Infernal.
think anything of it.
Roxy's like, what the fuck is going on?
Roxy can still barely hear and is limping behind everyone, using Bob as like a support.
Irina and Ezra
are like, huh?
And I would like to emphasize that technically no one can see DJ or Baby Boombox or Hag Box. Baby Hag Box? Baby, nope.
Hag Baby Box?
Baby Boom Hag. Baby Boom Hag.
Haggish Patch Kid?
Haggish Patch Kid. They currently are not visible to anyone.
But they're like moving along, like the dust on the ground is like scraping as they're...
No, they are ethereal. They just aren't here right now. That way they're not in the way.
Got it. Sounds delightful.
Oh, that's a Tiffany
You
possibility.
gave us a night hag.
So... You go up the stairs?
Yes, we're walking.
Doctor said follow me, but didn't realize that they didn't say it in common, is now running up the stairs.
And I'm just following the people that are following the doctor.
Which is both Zarzaneth and Todd, because both of us can speak Infernal.
Yep.
Lovely. You begin to move up the set of stairs. You see a landing that will take you to presumably the second floor, whatever floor it actually is. But you have a distinct feeling that you need to go further up because you ate things and got, wild magic thrown at you. So, yeah.
So further up?
Further up.
Do these stairs go up further, or is this where they stop?
They do go up further.
I'm gonna go up another flight.
As you are moving up these stairs, the spiral staircase rising slowly into the darkness, you notice something in the center as you can look over the staircase and you can see downward to that first floor, and you look upward in the middle of this stairwell and you see reddish light flaring high overhead. That that gentle thumping sound that you had been hearing from the little heart, replaced by a louder thumping, competing. You look up, you see this reddish light, this pulsing red glow. You see the full immensity of this spiraling tower you find yourself moving up. And you realize that there is a large crystal heart pulsating, seemingly floating in the air.
We all see this?
You all see it.
I mean, that heart means nothing to me. I am following D, trying to focus on the softer one at this point. If I can hear that.
Does the larger heart seem to have any effect on Raven's heart that I'm holding? Like, does it change anything, or?
You notice the little heart pumping almost too fast as you near this.
Was there?
And you are.
Was there anything in the tome about what this crystal heart is?
Yes, there was. You would recognize that this is a magic item crafted by Strahd using one of the gems from the winery. The first one that had been stolen, that no one knew who had stolen it. You kind of gathered, at least, that it was created from this gem, but you also know that any damage Strahd takes, this heart takes it instead. They're directly connected to each other, and it serves as a buffer for her.
So Roxy just gets an even angrier look on her face. If we are going to defeat the Countess, that must go first.
I need to know, how far did the rest of you walk? How far did you walk, DJ, as you're like, screw this heart, and you kept going?
Probably not that far. If it's in the middle of the spiral, by the time I got up one full flight, I'm assuming Roxy would have seen and identified about the top of the flight. So at most 10, maybe 15 feet.
Excellent. As you guys enter the space, I need everybody to give me a dexterity savings throw.
Okay, I will roll it. I have an ability depending on what's being thrown at me that I'm going to use.
Mm-hmm.
Just putting that out there now. Anachka Shield Master.
13.
That is a natural 20.
Natural 20. Uh-huh. Everyone
I got
else?
a 26.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead, Todd. I saw
Todd.
that roll.
Yes.
Go ahead, Todd. Say
Todd
it.
is very distracted, feeling like we're getting closer to finding Raven, and is not paying any attention, and rolled a 4.
Oh, no. What about Roxy?
13.
13. So, as you guys are moving and Roxy's like, I read about this, and DJ's like, And Todd, you're like, what's going on with the heart? All of a sudden, energy bursts out of this heart and shakes the stairwell, throwing you down the stairs, Todd. That is going to be...
Ooh.
I can't save you falling down those stairs.
What was it?
That is-
rolls?
That is 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As you find yourself back down where you started. And the rest of the party is up there like holding on as the stairs kind of, everything
Using
kind of
Bob to keep me
comes
safe.
back to
Do I need to
stillness.
roll one for Bob?
Yeah.
Oh no, Bob!
Oh, thank
Did you-
goodness.
Did you roll for
Bob,
Irina?
you have
and
terrible
us?
I did not roll for Irina and Ez, thank you.
-2. Bob is a -2.
It's a natural 20 and an 18.
Guys, Bob's dead.
Oh no.
Yeah, I can't help you. I would have tried
He
to help
rolled
you.
a 4 -2.
Oh no.
Well, maybe Bob landed on Todd.
Does he
Todd
have
break
19
his
hit
fall.
points?
He has like 8.
Do you
Wait,
want to...
Undead Fortitude. Let's see if I can do this. DC 5 plus damage taken. Oh, no, yeah.
Okay, so we have a very monumental moment here in the story. Roxy, would you like to tell us?
Can I quickly use Mage Hand to grab him?
Oh my god.
I mean,
Mage
maybe
hand!
only-
5 pounds.
Yeah.
10 pounds.
Not to pick him up, to hold him steady.
Oh, roll a persuasion check against me.
Because 10
10
pounds
pounds
to
of
hold.
force.
DC 12.
That's cool.
Wow. You
11
had one
plus
job.
19. So a dirty 20. I have DC 12. My
Okay,
persuasion's a
I'm gonna
plus
allow it,
9.
but you have to like narrate it and you have to like make me feel it.
Since I can't stand on my own,
No, you
and we
cannot.
start to shake, I see Bob is slipping because he doesn't know how to hold on to anything. I just go, Dante, be useful for once, and I'll snap Dante into existence to grab Bob's arm and kind of pull us steady.
He's holding Bob steady. I cannot believe I'm allowing this. He's holding Bob steady.
I can also have my unseen servant come out too if you want.
Holding Bob steady as Bob's arm begins to rip off at the shoulder. Everything is shaking. Bob is going. Do you have something to say, Dr. Jericho?
So Bob's being held because I couldn't help Todd because Todd fell too fast. But Dr. Jericho can save Bob. Because Dr. Jericho, presumably, since how far is Bob from the landing we're on?
We were probably the last up the stairs, but not too far, I would think.
So less than 10 feet.
DM, less than 10 feet.
Sure.
So, Dr.
All
Jericho's
this for a zombie, but nothing for Todd.
You didn't. If somebody would have caught Todd, I would have been able to.
Okay,
Todd
you know
fell too
what?
fast
My
with his
zombie
ability.
can die very easy.
But
and I have
if-
plans.
This is true.
If Bob is being held, Dr. Jericho will run, jump over to Bob, grab Bob and squeeze, and I will use my infused boots of the winding path. I can teleport up to 15 feet as a bonus action to an unoccupied space I can see if it's somewhere I have stood within this turn. So I teleported myself back to the landing point where I jumped from.
Well, I was gonna allow this anyways, but Bob was just gonna straight up lose an arm. But
That was a great use of those boots. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm
You
not
do
standing
this?
anymore because I'm falling. I can't stand up, but
and Bob keeps his arm ish.
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 It's a little longer than
dangly. He has no use of that arm or hand, but it's
then, like,
there.
Looking down. Todd, are you alive? There's a shout down the stairwell.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm all right. It's fine. I'm used to it. I've had worse.
Do you have a way to get up here?
Todd does, if I can find it. Where is...
And just walk
I have
back
to
up the
find it.
stairs.
Todd hasn't actually done anything useful with spells in so long. There it is. Misty Step. Just gonna teleport back up there.
All right. Whoosh. Todd's back up with you all. You
Todd
notice
was smart enough. I could have teleported as I fell, but
You notice the heart beginning to recharge. Sarzaneth, what do you do in this moment?
I was going to guiding bolt at. So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If I use both slots, could I combine them to double cast?
Can you combine them to double?
Since I had seconds while I was waiting.
Do what you want. Do
Okay.
it. Give me a good story.
I'm
Heck
going
yeah.
to double cast guiding bolt at second level.
Do it. That's wild. Make it happen.
So does a 20 dirty 20 hit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And does a crit hit?
No, that one doesn't.
Okay.
I hate
So-
it.
DC
Natural 20s
is
don't hit.
15.
So let me roll this real quick.
Uh-huh.
Those are a lot of dice I hear.
While that's happening, does Doctor assume that this heart is a fixture, meaning that it is unable to really move?
It can't move.
Is it
Meaning,
big
like-
enough? Is it small
like
enough
a-
for the doctor to eat?
It's a solitary target.
Okay. DJ Doctor is sitting there, just electricity surging from their body.
Mm-hmm. Give me your damage, SARS, and then DJ, you're soon up next after Irina.
Do you want the damage?
I do. I want the damage.
So I didn't do
71 damage.
Oh,
That's beautiful. Wow. Okay, so you just like you shoot at this guiding bolt. What is this? Guiding bolt. Come on.
It's
type of damage is that?
It's radiant.
radiant.
Radiant. You're like, and this like radiant light energy shoots out of you. You've never felt power like this before. And as the moment you're doing this, like you hear your mom whispering in your ear, and you hear a little pat on your shoulder, like, yeah, do it. Show your dad that he can't get a hold of you. Yeah.
Oh, the child
Right.
of divorce.
And you're like, "Ah!" And like over half of this heart, you all watch as because it's made out of like crystal, it shatters and bursts and explodes all over the place. There's just barely this little bit of it left that is like pumping weakly as all the shattered pieces move out, fall toward you guys, and right before they near you, they turn into blood. As Todd, you know the drill. You are all completely carried in this blood. Irina doesn't have a spell she can use to help in this situation, so she pulls out a sword and she begins to move up towards it using her full movement. DJ, what do you do?
So Doctor has been sitting there as electricity is constantly surging on their body. So much so the sparks are jutting out. Flame is igniting on the armor temporarily as they start to focus their right hand forward. You start to see this surge of pure white electricity get to the edge of their finger, and they just point it and just go, drop it, and will fire a lightning bolt. Which, because it's a fixture, it cannot move to avoid the lightning bolt. So I am going to be dealing lightning bolt, and it's normally a dex save. So to my understanding, as a fixture, it can't make this.
It can't make a dex save, no.
So We are gonna just roll this
8d6.
damage. It's 8d6, and we're just gonna have fun with that. Gimme good, gimme good, gimme good. I will take it. That will be 37 points of lightning damage.
You want to describe it to me? How do you want to do this?
I specifically am focused at the front point, and the lightning will hit drops of the blood as the white lightning will start to change color, shifting from the white, absorbing bits of red, going from pink hue to a crimson as it surges forward. And almost as if it's coordinated, living in itself, the lightning doesn't strike. It consumes around the crystal in a cycle and then compacts itself, aiming to shred an explosive amount of energy upon this crystallized heart.
Yeah, so you do that. And the rest of it explodes, blood splattering everywhere. It is kind of as everything calms down from that. The stairs are very difficult terrain now. You hear tapping, scuttling along the walls. You hear hissing. From outside the walls, maybe through the windows.
And I'd like to try something.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try and find Strahd. And I've been holding on to this item forever. I'd like to remove one of the many vials as I will regurgitate this vial filled with this strange black mist. And I will take that mist and just take a deep inhalation. And this is the mist that Strahd had made when they had peered from us so long ago. And I want to use that to try and track her wherever she is in this house.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see the doctor do that, and I collected the mist myself too, and I'll do the same.
I also collected the mist, but I'm not going to do that.
I accept the wild magic surge that will probably come from this, but I need to find out where Strahd is. And I'm using that as well as taking some of the blood and letting that go up along my lips and tongue. I will find her wherever she is.
So a few things. One, roll me a D100.
Well, yeah, that's obvious.
Ball, fire, ball.
Doesn't
74.
Roxy have to do that too?
Oh!
Roxy chose to
Roxy
inhale it as well.
does!
Proud of you, Roxy.
Roxy's determined to die.
Wait, what
before
was
the
your number,
final fight.
DJ?
74.
74.
Oh,
Oh no!
Yeah,
I rolled a
great.
20.
Do it. It's time. You're going down.
Are we repeating?
Yeah,
Yes.
We're repeating? Okay.
This is the
Wow.
price we pay. But I'll
Okay,
know
I
where
made
Strahd
the-
is.
I made the save.
I almost want to override the repeat just because we got 10 minutes and I want to get us to the next thing. Crap.
Oh, that's fair. No, that's fair.
Oh.
It's up to you.
Reroll.
Reroll. I'm
No,
sorry.
Let me have it.
We have a constrained amount of time.
How about this? I cast fireball.
First off, please don't.
No.
50.
74 and 50.
Okay. 74.
I want to blow everyone up.
So, okay. Roll me a D4, DJ. And Roxy, you got 50.
Yes.
That's a 1.
That's a 1. Oh, beautiful. Oh no, okay, so Roxy, you are suddenly very aware that if you consume your own left eye, you will regain all your hit points and spell slots right now.
I grab the dagger out of Bob's hand and I cut my eye out and eat it.
As the doctor looks over, maybe I shouldn't have.
You get all your hit points and spell slots back, Roxy, and you are missing your left eye. As Irina is like, ah! Watching this happen.
Over my HP and spell slots.
Dr. Jericho, you all kind of watches as they look over at Roxy at this happening, go, huh? And then all of a sudden you hear thousands of tiny pitter patters, and you watch Dr. Jericho lift it up and moved 30 feet up the stairs after shadows moved in from the wall and picked him up, realizing that they weren't shadows, but they were thousands and thousands of spiders crawling out of every hole, every crevice around, moving in, lifting Dr. Jericho up and moving them 30 feet further up the stairs, dropping them right at the landing in front of the next floor.
Oh, damn, that took me away from Raven. Or did it? Actually, I don't know how much higher we needed to go. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, and there's not blood coming out of Roxy's eye. It is like just black ink just down the face.
All these spiders are still there, I should note. They are all there. There are thousands of every size spider, every type, just scattered around this space now.
Can I tell by the heart if I'm on the correct floor or if I need to follow up another floor to get closer to Raven?
Because I know I'm also pinging off of this.
You are also pinging. You get 2 different pings in your search for Strahd. One right in front of you, down on this level somewhere. Another one much farther away, hard to tell. Todd, the heart has calmed to a steady beat since the other heart was exploded into shards. You move up towards Dr. Jericho.
No. I don't. I'll like raise the heart up the stairs and then kind of move it down the hall that I'm on and see which one's better.
I will take
I'm not
it to
just
him
gonna
if you trust
follow.
me.
Why would we trust you at the heart?
What you see in
guys
front of
going
you, Dr. Jericho, is, by the way, I would say at this point, your infernal only speaking has worn off.
Ah, excellent. Words.
You see a room ahead of you with a blazing hearth. This light fills the room, rolling waves of red and amber light. The walls are lined with ancient books and tomes. Their leather covers are all well oiled and preserved through careful use. It seems like a very well-ordered, well-organized room. The stone floor is concealed beneath a thick, luxurious rug. In the center of the room is a large, low table, waxed and polished to a mirrored finish. Next to the fireplace is a lounge with a small child sleeping peacefully.
You know you could teleport up there, right? You don't have to walk through the... Is
she up there? I'm just gonna call it the stairs. Is she up there? Do we know?
Speaking back, I have found a child. I know not if this is who you seek.
Are the spiders still there? Are they going away?
All over the place. They're kind of stuck in like the blood, and it's just like blood and spiders all over the stairs.
Roxy's just walking up the stairs slowly. We'll grab a spider and eat it. Keep going.
You have a choice. Move through the spiders to find who this is, or let it be.
Okay, Todd's gonna run up the stairs, but Todd's gonna burn the crap out of the spiders along the way. Yeah, I'm gonna
go up the stairs previous
fireball on my way up the stairs.
Hence, I went up the stairs previous to Todd. And I brought Irina with me and Ez with me so that they don't get blown up.
I can choose the point. So I can try to...
But you're Todd. We don't trust which point you'll choose.
Oh,
so yell, everybody duck. I'm dealing with the spiders. Get down.
The spiders are all incinerated. The blood is evaporated. And the stairs are beginning to crumble. So anybody who's still not up the stairs has like 3 seconds.
I think we all went up before Todd did.
Cool. You make your way into this room. You all see the same thing. This is a study. This is a cozy space. There's a young child with tan skin and dark black hair, seemingly sleeping peacefully under a blanket next to this fire. Above it, several large portraits.
Portraits of?
I'm just gonna run right in.
Figures I would recognize from the tome I've read.
Yeah, so one portrait you see is of the Countess Strahd herself. Seemingly maybe pre-vampirism, not quite sure. Gorgeous as ever. Portrait next to her is of a young man and a young woman. What's odd is this young woman is the exact likeness of Irina, but that's not the odd part. You know that there's been something going on there, but the young man that she is standing next to, being cradled by, is Eddie.
Oh, snap.
I'll do like a quick double take. Like I'm surprised and confused, but I'm really more interested in if this is Raven.
He never mentioned that before. I've talked to him a few times and never once did he mention this connection. This
That's
was
because no
before
one
darkness
asked.
came around. Did he know? Or is it like with Irina, whose memory fades after each time she's born?
Irina's... Oh, sorry. Irina's like, he never mentioned anything to me. We spent a lot of time together. He helped me get Ismark to the church, and I haven't even seen him since, but he would have said something to me. If he knew, right?
Not
He
necessarily.
was a ghost. Or spirit, or whatever you want to call it.
How are they all dressed? Are they dressed in like just fancy clothes or?
Nobility.
Any symbols matching from the doctor's armor?
Oh yeah. Right, DJ?
Mhm.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Exact match.
I go over to the doctor with one eye leaking, so the eye socket leaking. I would really like to tap into your memories if you're ready for that.
Would it not be easier to just ask?
Do you remember?
Of course I do. That is why I stand where I am.
So you were there before she became what she is.
I have been there many times, many places. This just happens to be the most recent of memories.
What
Better
did she have
times,
to
if
give
you
up?
will. That is not of any concern any longer.
They took something from her. She made a bargain and they took something. I wonder what they asked from her.
All that matters is there's a way to set her free.
Irina's like, what is going on here? Like, what, are you Eddie now?
And then slowly doctors form, more so just like the face that is on the front of their face changes a bit and their body shifts a little bit to look more like Eddie.
That would explain the...
Wait,
I have lived many
Eddie?
lives. That is one life I have lived. Yes.
Irina pokes you.
And it's real.
You are not a ghost.
I have never been a ghost. I am simply, at moments, intangible between transitions.
As is like, who's Eddie?
I remember being within the astral plane when my new body found its way there. Looks around the group. When we encountered the hags, it was a chance for me and my body to reconnect once more. When I was able to return, well, I returned as well.
That's why you've been different ever since you came back from that experience.
I have regained most of my memories, which was stuck in the astral realm. And when the hag sent what you know as the young goblin form, I became whole. Or mostly.
Wow.
Well, good. Now I can kill you again.
And with that, why don't we pause there?
No, because Todd wants to know if this is Raven. I've been standing next to this girl for 10 minutes.
It takes 10 minutes for the spell to do the thing.
I will leave this episode with, while everyone is talking, Todd's like, "Ah!" and is over at this kid. It is Raven.
So what does the heart do? I just hold it out, hoping it will do something.
Volnir.
Nobody ever told me how this works.
You take this heart, you move it towards her little chest, and the body glows with this dark energy and absorb it in. And suddenly you hear as she opens her eyes. And that is where we'll end the episode.
Wait. There's something I want to do now.
I cast Dispel Magic. What?
Wait, I
Counter
just
spell.
remembered we still have that tiefling lady with us.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah, she said she was coming with us.
Oh, yeah.
She's still down eating in the banquet hall.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyway.
So, that is where we'll end this session. Wow. And next week is our finale for the entire story. So definitely catch up if you need to, and don't miss it because it's gonna be wild. I have plans.
We will ruin them.
Yes, I know. I'm so excited. So let's do our outros because, obviously, yes. I'm gonna go Sarzaneth Fenway.
Fantastic. Hi everyone, my name is Fenway Jones, also known as Fenway the Teen DM, and at Jasper's Game Day or Fenway the Teen DM on Twitter, and at Jasper's Game Day on all of the social medias. You should definitely check Jasper's Game Day out at jaspersgameday.com. We are doing some fun events soon, and you should definitely look out for announcements about that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. Jessie J.
Muted myself. I'm Jessie Davidson. You can find me on Twitter at @thebossjessiej. I have a couple of guides that are coming to the DM's Guild. I'm hoping to have a deadline to announce next week. And then I have a couple more projects coming after that I'm hoping to have more information on for our finale next week. It's been a long couple weeks. And
It has.
Yet, so
You did amazing. Thank you. Tyler.
Hello, my name is Ty Stone. I am at lame_riot on Twitter. I am also Beth the Bard's personal assistant and think tank partner. We're always cooking up new ideas for stories and fun stuff.
Yep. And I guess that's it. Nobody else. So I kid. Jay, come back. Go for it.
Oh, hey, what can I say? It's been a day with Jay Casual. You can find me on all social media at Just2Casual and over on Twitch at Casual Creativity, where I do variety streaming and I've got a fun schedule of things coming up. So stay tuned for the next couple weeks. I will be over on Creators Assemble for the next episode of Agents of Nyx. You can also find me over on the initiative order, getting ready for some vault experiences, and also forums, creepy storytelling. It's all kinds of spooky wonderfulness. And I am also the writer of the anime inspired Deep Breath, where the old world of magic fights against in conflict with the new world of technology. Inhale anticipation, take a deep breath, and exhale excitement.
Also explore excitement. I mean,
Explore excitement. Absolutely, positively. I'm excited for the next. And by the way, I want to say so far, thank you, Beth, for giving such a great story so far.
Oh,
I want to make sure that you publicly, you hear from the players that we actually do enjoy your story, even though we go off the rails entirely. You've heard it here publicly, everyone.
I second it.
You will defend her DM skills till we die.
Anyway, okay. I'm Beth the Bard everywhere at It's Beth the Bard. Come follow me on Twitter. I wrote a book that goes along with some of this campaign. I can't say that this is a perfect replica of the book because it's actually nowhere near. But if you would like to run a genderbent Curse of Strahd that takes, all the problematic, or at least everything that I could find. I'm sure I messed up somewhere. Anyways, check it out. She is the Ancient on DM's Guild. Yep. And also announcements. Thank you to Sirenscape for the dope tunes in the background. And the inspectors here on Gilding Light. Okay, I just saw this and I was freaking out. Okay, they're not having a regular episode this week. They are having a special one shot. It's D&D in space called Confirmed. It's in space, but it's D&D, you guys. 4:00 Pacific, Thursday, here on Gilding Light. You're gonna have to come see it, and then also come back next week for our finale episode, because I have no idea what these guys are gonna do, and it's gonna probably be amazing and hilarious. So thank you. I have
plans.
Thank you for being here and supporting us, and we love you, and we'll see you next week. Bye.